Hello YouTube, and welcome to another episode of Magnum Videos. Tonight I wanted to show you a new piece of equipment that I acquired and explain to you why I bought it and why I think it is such a great buy at an affordable price. So stick around. I need to let our sponsor send you a message real quick. So I'll be right back. Alrighty, I have been joined by a tripod. And this isn't just any tripod. This is an IKAN made by E-Image. This is a tripod kit. Comes with the tripod and the fluid head, and that's what we're going to talk about tonight. And I'm going to show you why this is such a bargain price for a tripod that has all of the features that you usually don't find unless you move up to a much more expensive tripod. So we're going to start out with the kit, and I'll explain what's in it, and then we'll look at the individual components and all of their features. So let's begin. I am including this in this video because I was very impressed with the packaging on this product. When I got it home, the outer box was a heavy corrugated cardboard, and it was a little difficult to get into, but I finally managed to get into it. And when I did, there was another box inside that was a nice black printed box that had the E-Image logo on it, and it was very well made and very attractive. Then when I opened that box, inside was a soft case with a handle. It was wrapped in a clear plastic bag and very professional. And when I unzipped the package, I took the interior items out, and let's take a look at those now. When I opened the soft case, there were only, I think, 6 items included. There was the tripod itself, which is the GA752. There was the fluid head, which is the GH03. There was a pan handle. There was a quick release plate. There was a strap for a shoulder strap for the soft case. And there was a set of instructions. So that was basically what was included in the kit. Now, if we get some details on this tripod, it is an aluminum alloy construction. It's heavy. It probably weighs around 10 to 11 pounds. So that's a good thing if you want sturdiness. It's a bad thing if you don't want to lug it around on your travels. So it has good and bad points in that aspect of it. The leg design is what they call a 2-stage design. When you turn the handle, the 2 lower sections of the legs drop down and you can tighten it back up. It's very easy to use. You don't have to turn 3 screws on each leg or 3 flippers on each leg. It has an 88-pound payload, which is kind of overkill because the tripod head itself only supports about 11 pounds. So I don't know why they did that, but it will support a lot of weight. The height that it lists here is 62 inches maximum. I kind of think it's taller than that because when I extended the legs and put the fluid head on, it was pretty high up. I couldn't see the bubble level at that point. So maybe it's right, and maybe I've just gotten shorter. Anyway, it has a 25-inch minimum height, so that will put you down fairly close to the ground. It has removable anti-slip pads on the feet and spike covers underneath those, and I'll show you a picture of those in a little bit here. It has a mid-level spreader, and we'll talk about that a little bit later, and a 75 millimeter bowl fitting that the fluid head ball fits into. So let's take a look at some of those items now. The tripod feet, as you can see in the illustration, they're a heavy-duty non-skid rubber. I mean, it's very thick and substantial. I don't think that's going to be a point of failure at any time, but they do come off. It takes a little bit of effort to get them off, but they're not going to fall off by themselves and end up with metal spikes sliding across your wife's hardwood floor. When you do take them off, you do have the metal spikes, and those will go into the ground if you've got an uneven surface and you need some stability out there. The mid-level spreader that I mentioned, you don't usually see an adjustable spreader like this in a tripod at this price point. So that is kind of a real bonus that allows you to spread the legs out even further so that you can get more stability. And if you've got a high wind or something, you might want to spread the legs out. This gives you the option to do that. The legs, as I mentioned, they are a single lever. The handle is right there with a little orange dot on it. You just turn that 1/8 of a turn counterclockwise and the legs will drop right out. And that should give you a very basic overview of the tripod itself. Now let's move on to the GH03 fluid head. As I mentioned, it supports up to 11 pounds. It has a quick release plate that you can either slide in or it will snap in. It has a fixed counterbalance, which is great because if your camera gets heavy at the front of the back and it decides to slide down or tilt down, this counterbalance stops that from happening. It's very, very handy, and it works either going forward or backward. This head has a variable fluid tilt, but it has a fixed drag on the pan. It has a bubble level, and we'll talk about that again in a minute. And it has the dual-sided pan handle rosettes, which means you can move the pan handle either on the right-hand side or to the left-hand side. It has a 1/4-20 threaded accessory socket on the side in case you want to screw in a monitor. And it also has a 75 millimeter ball that fits into the bowl on the tripod. Now, if you can see in the image here, right above that little orange or red dot on the locking handle, there's a little cylinder that sticks down. You unscrew that, and then you can rotate that ball until you get it exactly level or exactly where you want it, and then tighten it back up. So that's how that works. The bubble level, as I mentioned, it levels the ball head, and you don't have to continually unscrew or unflip the catch on your legs to get the camera exactly level the way you want it. So that's very handy. And the quick release plate, as I mentioned, it can either slide in or you can just set your camera and the plate on top of the area there and just snap it in. So that's very, very simple and very quick to do. The little orange protrusion you see coming out on the left side of the tripod there toward the bottom, that is your insurance policy. If you forget to turn the lock on your quick release plate and your camera should happen to tilt forward or backward, that catches it. That's your secondary locking mechanism that catches it and keeps your camera from going face down in the dirt. It has a 1/4-20 screw, which is standard, and it also has a 3/8 inch screw. There you have everything that was in the kit and just a general overview of how everything goes together. Now, next we're going to take a look at some footage that I shot, and we will judge how smooth and non-shaky the pans and the tilts look. So I'll roll that in right here. All right, there you have it. I think I have told you everything I know about this tripod so far. I'm looking forward to using it again and doing some more interior real estate videos with it. So I think that's it for now. If you have any questions, leave them down below. If you have any comments, leave those. I think that's it for now. So until I speak with you, and even after that, you stay focused.